pick up these wonderful haunted mirrors. Yeah, fantastic haunted mirrors, right? So...
Oh, speaking of which, I thought we weren't going to pick these up.
Oh yeah, we weren't supposed to pick them up. And we're driving in literally a blizzard. So we are a few minutes away from the location where we are picking up these haunted objects. And we just, before we drove past a cemetery with a playground right beside it, great way to...
Yeah, that's great for attachments.
Yeah. In my head, and I haven't even told Trevor this, but I saw a whole bunch of like just blood soaked into the field, and then we passed the cemetery, and then I noticed the playground. So, and as soon as
Civil War monument too, right past.
Yeah, right after we passed the playground. So
maybe we'll try to film that on the way back.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea because so you guys can have an idea of like what we drove through.
Oh, it wasn't too bad. 30 was the worst part, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah. How's it going, man?
Good. Did you take 224 in?
30. Yeah, so we took us 30 most of the way, and then we had us
Okay, yeah. Bo Leidinger. I'm Security Forces, United States Air Force in Mansfield. I guess I won't go into too many details on what I do, but I control security of the installation there in Mansfield.
What made you reach out to us?
Yeah, because we want to go back to the shop and back to the area. I've always been intrigued by all this stuff. And I came across the card, saved it in my phone, got on the website and everything. I was like, just in case. And then, because I hadn't met you, it made it easier. I knew you weren't too far away.
Yeah.
And it says, when I emailed you and you said, "Hey, we'll take the mirror," I'm like, that's
problem solved.
That's okay, because I was gonna give it to a buddy of mine at work,
Uh-huh.
because he has done some ghost hunting at certain times, and I did put it out there. Hey, this is haunted. He goes, let me think about it. So, but you guys had answered prior to,
Yeah.
So I sat out for a couple of days, and and it kept getting, the coat rack and the tapping every time I go out.
So that was like confirmation probably for you because you moved it to a new area and then that area started to get
correct.
active.
Extremely.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, not a total.
So, tell me about all the details of what's been going on with this.
The frameless mirror, it's the coat hanger is right there, and I mean it doesn't move. It's
Yeah.
had forever, and it fell into the door at 12:06 specifically. So I looked at the clock, and I opened up the door and saw it laying there. I was like, nope. Shut the door. And I was like, I'll get that in the morning. Lots of knocking. So I mean, there's no sounds over here. Like my cat's very docile. He's laying in the box. He doesn't make a lot of noise. But it sounds like if he jumps down, like the toot. It's always a double tap.
Okay.
It's always twos, not
always
threes.
twos, yes.
Okay.
And it comes from this. And I came out the one time and I heard it. So I pointed at it and was yelling at it. And I only heard the two. When I reviewed the video, 25 seconds, it was constantly tapping.
Oh, wow.
So the two that I heard and then repeated, at that time I had gone to the door to call for the cat and to bring him in. And then, that 25 seconds had elapsed. I came back through, started a new video, and there was an orb on there. I knew it wasn't dust because it came from left to right, stopped, and then went straight up.
So it changed an entire flight pattern on you.
Yep.
Yeah.
No other videos, whether any type of anything like
So you said a male full body apparition was spotted.
Yes, so both of my daughters, so we've been here 9 years. This is a brand new build.
Okay.
So the house did not exist here prior. Yes, so the way, and you'll see when we get inside, but my one daughter's room is here, my other's is here, ours is here. My oldest said she walked by, she was leaving my youngest's room, walked by and saw, she thought it was me. I was out here. It was just her out here. Go from the bed to the bathroom.
Okay.
And she thought it was me. And then she heard me come in the door and then got freaked out and was yelling for me. Nobody was inside.
Oh wow.
And then I don't remember the time frame, if it was the same year or anything like that.
Was she able to describe what it looked like?
Yes. Seemed tall. It was dark in color, but it looked like it had like fatigues on.
Okay.
So almost like a military type uniform, which based off of the Gilded Age, the suit and stuff like that, or whatever. If that was it,
Yeah.
that would make sense in a flash.
So like timer, you're talking like kind of 1800s, like late 1800s kind of.
So I looked up the Gilded Age, and
Yeah.
or just like OD green. So
Okay.
that would
Could have been early
Korea
1800s too. Yeah.
Yeah, so my youngest saw the same type of silhouette sitting on the edge of my bed when she walked by.
Wow.
Stopped, came back and looked back in, and nobody was sitting there.
So it's been spotted twice.
It's twice. Yes.
Wow.
Now, that was in our bathroom. When I'm shaving or something like that, I'm looking in the mirror.
Yeah.
The doors to my left, constantly before I took it down, I would see something out of my peripheral, only on my right side.
I was going to tell you, I know we're recording, but he's standing right next to you right now. I know you feel him. That's probably why you're being drawn to talk about him right now. So just to give you that little bit of a heads up, like he's right there.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah. So
Here, you want me to record you?
Sure.
You're making some great faces.
He likes my faces. Why do you always take my
You're
faces?
very animated.
So
yes, I see out of the corner of my eye. I've woken up several times, and you'll see it. But like my alarm clock's at. I'm old school, so I don't use my phone.
Yeah.
Alarm clock's at the end of the bed on the other side of the room, so it forces me out of bed. I get up, turn off the alarm clock, go straight into the bathroom in the morning, and always wake up. It's always stretches. It'll be at the 2 o'clock hour for a week, and then it'll be 4 o'clock hour for a week, 3 o'clock hour. And
well, would you like to know why they're waking you up like that?
yes, because I felt that before the last draw when I took it out, like when it, I saw a shadow break the plane of light coming from because the door mostly closes and there's a strip of light up top on the ceiling.
Yeah.
Something broke that plane, not the entire plane, just a rounded silhouette. And I laid it for an hour, like I felt just despair, felt sorrow, like it was freaking me out when I was laying there.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if everything you had and you lost everything, like with the railroad and everything, like that's kind of what I'm feeling with this guy is he had all this stuff, he had all these secrets, right? And then all of a sudden, he just, takes a pill and then he dies, right? Or like, what would you call like unalived himself, right? So that's kind of why you're feeling some of that energy. He's trying to wake you up. He told me he's trying to just tell you, like, you've got all this worry for naught. Don't stress so much about the money and the financial and all of those things, the material possessions. He's trying to give you that heads up. He's trying to protect you in that way so you don't go down the same mental anguish path that he experienced. That's what he's saying right now. But I do get the feeling that he poisoned himself or,
So no way out.
yeah, and so some
You're
of the things
picking it
that-
up better now that
for
we're
sure,
here.
yeah, and that's probably why I was feeling like the spitting up and and all of that. But you're feeling some of that as well because you're starting to go through some maybe medical stuff that maybe you're not exactly telling people. Am I right?
Yeah, yes.
I know.
Yes.
That's what he was telling me.
So,
And it is like ice cold on my backside. And it was cold in the garage, but my front side is normal cold. My backside is like ice cold.
you get like head pressure around it?
Yes. So
Because I experienced, like, actually when I came over here, I was
yes.
experiencing
So when
it.
I came out here, when I first brought out here, because it's been about a week since it's been out here. Yes, I would come out, and I slightly feel it now. It's like
I was getting it on my right side, kind of up here.
I would get it in the back.
Okay.
So like almost like the neck straps.
Yeah.
On the back of my head, just like a tingling, like just coming in,
Okay.
like the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah,
feeling.
this was just like it was like a pressure, like pushing in on my head, but I felt it kind of up on that area. Right? So I was curious because I know you mentioned something about the head, but I was kind of feeling that for a second.
Remember how I said you didn't tell us something, and that might be this other mirror, a third mirror. We only come to get like what, 2 mirrors, I think,
Yes.
or maybe one. But his
It's the
grandfather.
sister of this.
Oh, okay. Where grandfather energy come into play? Like grandpa or grandfather?
So, yes, the framed mirror comes from an entire set. So I told my mom about these mirrors because I got these from my grandma.
Your grandma?
Yes.
Okay.
They're still living.
Okay.
But my grandfathers are not.
Okay, so then,
her husband and her father are no longer living. The frameless mirror came from my grandmother. I got it from the house she lived in at the time with my grandfather, and then he passed. He died in the house, like heart attack, and I think he was. I can't remember if he was alive or not when. Let's see, what is this? We've been here 9 years. He died in 2013. Okay, so yeah, he had passed for this specific mirror, and then I don't know where they got that from. This one, same grandmother, she got that as part of the entire set that we have from her father in the 50s or 40s from a garage sale. So it would kind of make sense when you said you heard the crying and the baby music, stuff like that, because she had 3 kids, my mom and my uncles, all within 3 years, and the father left when they were.
The anguish, the sadness.
Yes, they were
oh
tiny,
my goodness!
tiny.
Thank you for
So I think my
validating that
sister
for me.
or my mom was like 3 or 4. Like he gave parting gifts, and then he went out for milk and never came back. So
Wow.
which is kind of ironic because they live on the farm. But yeah, he left, started another family, and moved on.
Do you know when I picked up on this stuff before?
Just what he had sent me an email.
What do you think about some of that stuff?
Interesting, to say the least.
Yeah.
The medicine.
Yeah.
The medicine cabinet thing came from my grandma as well. I put that in the girls' bathroom.
Can I uncover these?
Absolutely. Yeah.
How about you uncover them? 'Cause
Okay, here.
I put some peppermint oil in here because Kat was going over there, and I was like, "Get away from me!" I wasn't like I was creeped out by it prior to.
Yeah.
But when it knocked that over, that's when it kind of upped the level.
Yeah.
But the knocking, God, it's every time I'm out here. I mean,
Just always.
constantly knocking
So if you had to guess on the age,
of this mirror.
yeah.
There's actually a sticker on the back, so we can check that out. Oh, cool.
Oh, yeah, I think it's a heavy one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, mirrors can be used to reflect or deflect negative or unwanted energy and evil spirits. But they can also be used for portals,
Yeah.
and some other things.
And yeah, that's when. Funny enough, I was the week before I brought this down here. I had time off, so I was organizing the basement, and I went through and I found your guys' card from when we came in June to, your location.
Yeah.
And I saw this and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna keep this just in case, And then 3 days later, stuff started happening, and I was like, okay. When that happened, the very next morning, I came out 7 something, set it back up.
Yeah.
Immediately contacted you.
Well, that was really interesting.
It was interesting.
I definitely picked up a vibe from the one mirror for sure when we walked into the garage.
Which one?
The larger mirror. The frameless.
Frameless? Okay.
Yeah, I felt like a pressure in my head as soon as we went over, and especially once we took the sheet off the mirror. And I thought it was kind of strange that he kind of collaborated on having experiences and head pain. Having experiences and head pains as well.
Yeah, that was definitely synchronistic and eerie, if you will.
Well, I thought it was interesting that they were having all the experiences in the house.
Yeah.
And then after I suggested he moved it out to the garage, the experiences in the house stopped, but he was having experiences in the garage.
Yeah.
Like the coat rack getting knocked over, tapping noises, all that was continuing in a different location where the object was.
Because they were tethered.
Yep.
So the spirit's tethered to the objects.
Correct.
And what's interesting is that can happen with objects. They can be connected to, entities, energies can be connected to anything that you love, that you like, that was significant, that was something that was important to you. There's sentimental value there. And so it could be a fork, it could be a mirror, it could be your grandma's shoes, it could be a vehicle, as we know. We've seen haunted vehicles before.
Yeah, oh yeah. Old Man Ridgeline.
Yeah, Old Man Ridgeline,
Yeah.
the Honda Ridgeline. That's funny. I remember. I forgot all about that, actually.
Oh,
but
I
yeah.
didn't forget about Old Man Ridgeline.
But
That gave me ammo with Dave for like
forever.
a few years. Yeah, that was good stuff.
But what's really cool is that he really appreciated us coming all this way out in a snowstorm
Yeah.
to help his family by taking these objects. And we get to take these objects, which are with us in the back seat. We get to give them a home where they can be respected and share a story, if you will. So, yeah.
And then we get to share it with you.
Yeah, we do. We get to share it with you guys, and hopefully you like to see some of the haunted objects that we come across, and we don't get paid for what we do, so it's kind of it's more than a hobby. It's something that can be helpful and useful to others.
Well, it helps to educate people about these objects, so people have a little bit more of a broad understanding when they go out antiquing or going to the thrift stores. And sometimes the object you buy isn't necessarily the only thing that you're buying. Sometimes other things come with it.
Yeah. As we know all too well.
And we get to help out the people that are having what they think is, and sometimes it is, negative experiences with an object. So there's a lot of good that comes out of what we're doing, and it helps us to be able to research deeper into these things.
Yeah, it does. It helps us to understand the stories of the dead also, and it helps us understand the turmoil or the trauma or the things that the families are going through. And if we get to be that couple that gets to help those people, that's why I love doing this with you, because I get to put what I'm good at to use. You get to put what you're good at to use, and we get to help people. Makes me feel good.
Yeah, it's a win for everybody.
It is a win for everybody. So, you guys, if you like the content that we put out, if you want to continue on your paranormal trail with us,
Smash that button.
smash the subscribe button right now. And you know what? Make sure you comment below for us. Let whatever platform you're watching this on know that you like watching us. And remember to check out rogueshollowparanormal.com. Grab your awesome tumblers. They're really cool. Grab some of our awesome gear that we've got. And
We got hoodies, t-shirts, and they look really cool too.
Spirit portal box, So stay creepy, stay curious. We'll see you on the next video.
So, like me, subscribe to YouTube, their channel, Rogues Hollow Paranormal. Awesome videos. Of course, if you're in Ohio, it's local, so it makes it even better. No, great, very nice people, personable, will not ignore you, and they treat you like you're their neighbor. So, highly recommend at least watching videos. And if you have something, the contact form is very easy, and they do get to you within 48 hours, as it states on the contact form. And they're very good about that. So don't be afraid to reach out if you have something going on in your life, in your home, or with an object you may have picked up at a garage sale and it looked really cool, but doesn't act very cool.